I'm starting to feel a bit insulted. Now I know I certainly like to complain and whine and complain and whine, but on my last video I received a certain comment from someone calling themselves Lazy Lurks. It reads, "I don't think I've ever seen a Gerg video where he's actually happy." Okay, well, number one, rude. Number two, shut up. Number three, look, Lazy Lurks and the nearly 1,000 people who liked his comment. How about this? For this video, I am going to be nothing but happy with sunshine and rainbows for this entire video. Just for you, as much as it kills me. So anyway, let's make ice hockey in Minecraft. I recently found out that if you place a boat on ice, you can actually get a wind charge, throw it at the boat, and it'll begin to slide. And I thought, hey, this has potential. I can potentially make a game out of this. Maybe ice hockey? You know ice hockey. It's that game where people run about trying to kill each other with sticks. I've never actually watched it. In fact, instead of an oak boat, we can use the new bamboo rafts, as to me, these look more like hockey pucks. So you can throw it and try and get a goal. Come on, come on. Oh, close enough, whatever, I'll take it. But as you can see, part of the issue so far is when the boat reaches the edge, it's hard to get it a bit unstuck. And if you've ever played that tabletop version of ice hockey, you'll know that when you hit the sides, it bounces absolutely everywhere. So I've tried to replicate this by using this simple redstone circuit here with a slime block. Now, if I hit this with a wind charge, it will bounce back. Look at that. In fact, it actually works on players too. What I've then done is I've built an arena with these replicated around all the sides. In fact, they only need to be every other block because boats sort of are like 2x2. If I turn on the hitboxes, you can see very wide. So now if I hit it with a wind charge, you'll see it has a bit more bounciness to it. One issue I have noticed is while the bumpers do work great at actually bouncing it, when it gets up to any amount of speed, it's really hard to like redirect it. Like you can see these would usually like push the boat along, but they seem to be doing nothing now, like something weird is happening. I said I would be positive this video. It's just a weird quirk of the mechanics, look! It worked that time! I wasn't getting annoyed with that earlier. Go, I'm positive! Yay! So this is our basic mechanical concept, but I've then expanded upon it by adding this nice decorated rim around the edge. I've also replaced the ice from underneath the pressure plates with just normal obsidian. So now when I give it any momentum, it doesn't gain as much from the actual bouncing back and forth. You'll see it's much slower and it should be easier to redirect. It doesn't fully fix the issue because now it does get stuck at the rim occasionally, but it's a bit better. I've actually added a bit of a mechanism. So if I actually was to hit this in, you'll notice it goes into item form, gives a point, and then the new puck is dispensed automatically. So now I can go and try and play with it. Yay! Oh, that's really annoying. Do you see that? When you're in creative mode, a wind charge destroys a boat. Yet if you're in survival mode, a wind charge does not destroy the boat when you hit it. I don't know why they've done this. It is hit purely to annoy me. Positive. I've got to be happy. I can't be angry in this video. Lazy Cokes or whatever his bloody name was. He said happy. Happy thoughts. Happy thoughts. So now we have a mechanism to detect when something has been scored. The next obvious step is to, well, add a score. So here we can see the score is currently 0-0. What I've also done is I've added fences across the rim here. My whole idea is that you can't go into the arena. You have to sort of like run around the edge and throw wind charges. This also works to make it more like the tabletop versions of air hockey because you have to stay on your side to like hit the puck. You can't just walk around your opponent's side and just like go yeah and dunk it. That would be so rude. So now when I put this in, come on, score, slowing down. Why are you come on. The dodgy physics again. You saw how much I was hitting that. And go in. And then we should get a point. Oh, one. It's the wrong way round. Oh, no, because this side scored. Okay, that is correct. Yes, I have not messed it up. I thought, wouldn't it be cute if it played a little jingle whenever, like, either side scored? So what I've done down here is I've made a little jingle. So if side one scores, this is what it plays. Yay! And then if player two gets a score, this is what they hear. It's the same jingle, but a different instrument to show it's a different player. And then what I will do is I'll make it first the 7 points, and then when the player reaches the 7 points, this piston extends, and now it plays this. Yay! So I've taken all these note blocks and then put it into the system down here so it's all implemented and works. Done a bit more decoration to make it look all swanky, and now the scoreboard actually counts up to 7 and declares a winner. Okay, so the score is 0-6. This should be the final point and it should reset. Let's see. Okay, we got it. Come on. Hey, firework, woo! Now that I've actually designed the minigame, I do what I usually do and give it a dry private test run with friends. You know, to actually see if it's fun or not. No. Clutch. Ah! And what we discovered is that the boat physics are just kind of whack. They don't work. So many times we found the boat bouncing back and forth where we really struggled to actually get it to move and stop bouncing. In my head, I thought this would be fixed because with the second player, we have twice as many wind charges towards the boat. It surely would not get stuck, but it still gets stuck. I tried adding more ice, less ice, getting rid of the flippers altogether. I tried giving the players fishing rods. I tried so many things and it just would not work. The wind charges are just too weak when trying to move a boat. So in one last desperate attempt for this whole minigame not to be a complete waste of my time, happy thoughts, I reached out to someone called Zolix, who suggested and even came up with a command for me to use in a command block to make wind charges not be complete pushovers. But before I turn it on, I first have to show you what a normal wind charge does. As you can see, it launches me up nice and easy. And if I have a boat, as I demoed throughout this video, it moves it. Great. But if I turn on this command block, you'll see that I'm now firing what looks like 3 or 4 wind charges at once. What this means is if I fire a wind charge at my feet, I go a bit higher. Just a bit. So now when I throw this at the boat, hopefully it should move with a bit more effort. Please? Come on! Are you serious? Move! Despite me literally cheating by using command blocks, despite me literally cheating by spawning in wind charges, and despite me literally cheating by increasing the potency by a factor of 10, I still cannot move the boat with any amount of tenacity. This new tweaked wind charge I've made can easily launch me over 100 blocks in the air and can easily launch dropped items straight into the ether, but when I try to redirect a boat with it, it does nothing. It's like trying to redirect a glacier with a hand fan. This is such a clear-cut case of buggy behavior. I just can't. Look, I have to stay positive. I promised I would be happy in this video. I can't let that bloody commenter lazy lokes prove me wrong. I have to stay happy. Where am I? Is this a new form of HD texture pack? A new plane of existence? Well, to whatever cosmic forces have brought me here, if you really think you can stop me from complaining about Minecraft, think again. Let's complain about the boat physics. My best guess as to why boat physics better resemble a suggestion rather than a law of physics is because of minecarts. They're both moving entity vehicles, and due to minecarts being introduced so early into Minecraft's code, it has had 15 years to fester and ferment into a problem. Only recently did they change the codebase of minecarts to have better, more accurate visuals for other players. Previously, it was all up in the air. Now, obviously in normal gameplay, and 99% of players, this isn't a problem. But when you're doing weird stuff like me, then it just slaps you in the face with how obvious this is. From what I can work out in game, the boat physics are really weird, especially the hitboxes. Take for example that this pumpkin is a boat. I know it doesn't look like one, but trust me. And this represents the hitbox of the boat. Usually these work in tandem. If I move the boat over here, hitbox follows. If I move it over here, the hitbox follows. Except when the boat starts moving with any amount of speed, the hitbox becomes disentangled with it. Sometimes it's behind, sometimes it's in front. In fact, in many cases, it's somewhere in between. Schrodinger's hitbox. Who knows where the hitbox is? This makes hitting the boat really, really hard when it's in motion. In fact, it becomes pointless and useless to try. But don't worry, I will find a way to hit the boat. Trust me, I find a way. Ah! 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 Another way of showing this desyncing to you is to just stand in front of a moving boat. Do you see how the boat starts to slow down before it even ever touches me, even bouncing off? That's because of the desynced hitbox, and it's the exact kind of nonsense I'm talking about. Another example would be by having a knockback stick. When stationary, it's super easy to just hit and it deflects and works as intended. But when it's moving, it is next to impossible to hit. It's desynced and it's incessant. And it's not just me which has encountered the problems with the boat hitbox either. Take, for example, various iceboat racing servers such as FrostHex. They have this weird data plugin thing where when you're riding a boat, a copper lightning rod follows behind you. That represents your true hitbox. It's their way of getting around this. Although your visual representation of the boat also has collisions. Look. The whole thing is incredibly weird and messed up. Or another example would be the Iceboat Hockey server. They use knockback sticks and a boat as a puck, but because of all this hitbox shenanigans, they can barely hit the damn thing when it's moving past 1 mile an hour. It's a giant travesty. So, here's my conclusion. Obviously, Mojang doesn't have to listen to my suggestions. It is their game after all. However, I do suggest they do take my suggestions, because you know what? It would make things a hell of a lot easier for all of us.